These are the best of days. These are the memories we'll hold on to. This thing called time that we all share. All that matters is we're together here. Together here. These are the things we'll remember. The love that fills this place year after year. Lay down your cares and gather round. All that matters is we're together now. Together now.
Welcome again to everyone here. We have folks from all over the place, including Denver, New Jersey, New York City, New Mexico, Wisconsin, Los Angeles, the Bay Area, Arizona, and of course right down the road here in Sacramento. If you think about a map, and if you think about the lines of travel that each person made on that map, and if you think about all of the different directions that they made, there are so many of them, and they stretch out across the entire country. Maybe those travels here were chaotic and windy and took a long time. Maybe they were smooth and easy. Either way, all of those lines of travel wind and weave over different landscapes. And then they all land right here in this moment with this beautiful couple and all of these other beautiful, amazing people. Similarly, each of you is woven like a line of thread through Chandler and Josh's stories. Whether you held them at birth and saw every second of the life that they built up until this moment, or you're a sibling and you have that trippy feeling of looking at your brother or sister and wondering how on earth they became a full-grown, functioning adult. Or maybe you met in elementary school and you can't believe how time has flown, or you met in high school or college or over the past couple of years. Whatever the story, everyone here holds all sorts of goofy, deeply caring, interesting, bewildering, and hilarious moments that all weave through different chapters of Chandler's and Josh's lives. All of those memories and all of those different types of love wove together and somehow influenced these two fantastic people. All of it influenced and contributed to the merging of their two beautiful lives, to the creation of and support for a gorgeous new family, and to this beautiful time together today. You are all woven into Chandler, Josh's, and Lucia's lives in an immaculate tapestry that we get this opportunity to just marvel at. We get to see these beautiful threads that move in infinite patterns. We get to support the strength of those ties and celebrate the formal commitment Chandler and Josh are making to one another. Incredible. That interwoven tapestry of support, friendships, and family was one of the first things I noticed about Chandler. We have spent many years discussing literally everything, from small life happenings like what to buy, what to wear, when to wear it, where to wear it, to huge decisions like moving to and then away from the big city. During the early days of our friendship at KU, one thing became very clear. Kansas was way too far away from Sacramento. All of our conversations over the years, whether they were about changing degrees in college, or career shifts, or huge and difficult decisions that would result in a lot of change, all of those conversations have deeply considered Chandler's family. From the little things to the big things, at every turn, Chandler's support from and for her family is at the core of what she does. And the other most noticeable thing about Chandler is that through all of those changes in conversations, Chandler is consistently the brightest light I know. In fall of 2021, her light became noticeably brighter, which I didn't even think was possible. Chandler met Josh, her very first hinge date, at a coffee shop on a September Sunday morning. And honestly, after that, all of the decisions were easy. Well, there was one slightly difficult decision, which was when Josh asked her to go with him all the way to Auburn, 45 minutes away, to a baby shower for a second date. Chandler was like, "Is this guy for real?" Her family was like, "It's okay, we'll track your location the whole time. It'll be fine. Just go, just go." She went and had the time of her life. As I'm sure you all know, their first and second date stories are hilarious and adorable. Josh said that their first coffee shop date was the best date of his life, and that he didn't know if it was energy or something divine, but something was definitely going on that day. Josh ran into a friend at every single stop they made, cracking jokes, and easily became Mr. Sacramento. Everything was perfect. Chandler was not preparing for or really even thinking about falling in love at the time. But she said that she legitimately felt electricity move through her whole body when she was with Josh. And that was it. First and only hinge date, easy. At the root of those dates and all of the dates to follow were Josh's goofiness and dad jokes, which, as we all know, are absolute gold. Josh's jokes have lifted many conversations between the three of us over the years. Josh has witnessed some huge changes and difficult decisions in my own life, and he has sat and laughed with me right alongside Chandler. He truly lightens every room he goes in and is one of the most steady beams of positive, optimistic energy that I know. If there's an issue, Josh is immediately there with happy, clear, and reliable advice. Caring for others is second nature to Josh. It is immediately obvious that Josh's love and support from and for his family is at the core of everything he does. His generosity is deep, trustworthy, and endless, and his love for Chandler shows up every second. Together, Chandler and Josh literally light up the entire freaking world.
Yeah.
They lift up everyone in their lives. They both bring so much energy and brightness to everything they do, and their warmth is as matter of fact as the sky. As the world swirls around us and we support each other through so much change, Chandler and Josh, just by living and being themselves, remind us of the most important things in life. They hold tightly to those threads that weave worlds together, and they bring joy and laughter to all of us. They easily show up with authenticity and care. And as far as all of this easy love, warmth, bright light, family joy, care, and radiance goes, all you really have to do to know exactly what I'm talking about is hang out with Lucia. Her smile says it all. Chandler and Josh, thinking of those stories that all of these folks hold in their hearts, all of the memories and jokes that you've shared since those first dates, and with Lucia's smile in mind, before you say your vows, I ask you to remember that love, which is at the root of all faith traditions, and lies at the heart of both modern and ancient wisdom, will be the foundation of an abiding and deepening relationship. In love, as in life, the only constants are change, growth, and choice. This is a sacred commitment to choosing not only today, but in each day to come, to affirm these promises to one another. Feel free to take a breath and a moment to look at one another and root yourself in that love. And whenever you're ready, Chandler, you may read your vows to Josh.
You're my dream come true. You've exceeded all of my expectations about what love is, what a partner is, and what a family is. Loving you is the best thing I get to do and the easiest thing I've ever done. It could have only been you. Nothing has ever made more sense than this. You're so easy to love. You're pure good. And I promise to love you every day for the rest of our lives. You bring so much joy to our lives, so much laughter. I promise to always laugh with you. You're curious, adventurous, and live life to the absolute fullest. I see these traits in our daughter now. And I know how lucky she is to have you too. You're the best dad. And my favorite looks in the whole world are the ones that you do when you see Lucia, and the ones that she does when she sees us laugh or kiss or show affection. Our home is filled with so much love, and I promise to continue to fill it with pure joy and lots of looks like those ones. You never leave or come home without a kiss and an I love you. You make time and are intentional with the ways you show me love every day. These moments don't go unnoticed, and they mean the world to me. I know how lucky I am to never walk past you without a kiss or a touch, and those small reminders of love mean the most. I promise to show you love in all the big and small ways. I promise to make you laugh and to have fun with you. I promise to be a good partner. I promise to be honest and intentional. I promise to be kind and to nurture our love. I promise to see the world with you, to stay in cozy closets in Paris with you, but to know that the best place of all is our kitchen table, which will fill with little voices and loud laughter of our growing family. I promise that if we spend every day at that kitchen table for the rest of our lives, we'll be the luckiest people in the world. I promise we already are. I promise to create a life we're proud of, a family, a home, and a relationship. I promise to chase you and adore you. I promise you forever. You are everything.
Chandler, to the most caring, thoughtful, and prettiest girl I ever met, my future wife, Chandler Roseframe. If you never make the bed for the rest of our life, I vow to still be the happiest man if I spend forever calling you my wife. If you promise never to give up your strong-minded, sassy personality, I promise to follow you into every adventure, chapter, and opportunity. I happily trade the life of mundane and bore for the craziness and happiness of being a parent with you. Let's have 5 more. And see all of the sights. I promise you will always be my guiding light. You wouldn't believe it, but I would trade 10,000 hours on the finest golf courses. It's true. For just 1 extra minute of quality time with you. When I'm 100 years old and there's nothing left for me to do, I promise I'll still be able to love you. If all you do is smile at me without anything to say, I will spend the rest of my life chasing you until our very last day. These are just the things I know for sure. I can't begin to imagine all of the unknown adventures.
Chandler,
Yes.
do you promise to honor and cherish Josh, to love, trust, and commit to him through joy and pain, through sickness and health, and through whatever life may throw at you both until death do you part?
I do.
Chandler, do you take Josh to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
And Josh, do you promise to honor and cherish Chandler, to love, trust, and commit to her through joy and pain, through sickness and health, and through whatever life may throw at you both until death do you part?
Hell yeah.
Josh, do you take Chandler to be your wife?
I do.
The wearing of these rings will be a continual acknowledgement of the words you have vowed to one another, and a constant reminder of your love, honor, and dedication to each other. Chandler, place your ring on Josh's finger and repeat after me. I promise you my heart.
I promise you my heart.
I promise you my devotion.
I promise you my devotion.
I promise you a lifetime of love.
I promise you a lifetime of love.
With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring, I be wed.
And Josh, place your ring on Chandler's finger and repeat after me. I promise you my heart.
I promise you my heart.
I promise you my devotion.
I promise you my devotion.
I promise you a lifetime of love.
I promise you a lifetime of love.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Okay, and by the power vested in me, by your community, and by the state of California, I now pronounce you husband
Woo!
and wife. You may now kiss!
We are meant to be adored. So play my heartstrings with the perfect chord. Be the harmony in this tune, and I will sing la da da, la da da. 'Cause it is love, love, love that makes it all worthwhile. And it is love, love, love that can't help but make you smile. It is love, love, love that lights the sun and stars above. Oh, I want you to know you are loved. You are loved. Yes, you are loved. You are loved. Oh, my love, you are so beautiful. An angel walking on this earth. This life with you is just so wonderful. And I must say, there could only be one word, just one word, and that is love, love, love that makes it all worthwhile. And it is love, love, love that can't help but make you smile. It is love, love, love that lights the sun and stars above. Oh, I want you to know you are loved. A little spark is all it takes to start a brush fire that will burn brighter than the day. Shine brighter than the day. It starts with one, then one turns into two, then 3 and 4, and pretty soon 100,000 more, smiling out across the world. Yes, we're in this together, and we will make it better. My brothers and sisters, we are one. And hand in hand we'll stretch out, heart by heart, this wave is catching on. 'Cause we're in this together after all. We are the instruments with our parts to play. Unity and harmony, we will win the day, my friend. We'll win the day, my friend. And they say it takes a village, I say it takes a world to light this hope, the flag of love unfurled. I say that we're in this together after all. Yes, we're in this together, and we will make it better. Just love everyone, and soon you'll see.
We are gonna kind of break tradition tonight, and we talked about this, and we thought, like, I get to walk my daughter down the aisle, I get the first dance. I get to talk about her. And Kim goes, I want to talk about her. I want to talk about Josh. So we decided, let's do this thing together. So we're going to break tradition. This is going to be a combination. So I'm so happy we finally got here. To me, it feels like we've been doing this for, I don't know how many years, planning this wedding. We had to wait for this sweet little angel to be born, which was well worth the wait. But we're finally here. This is awesome. You guys crushed it today. Somebody said last night that this was Josh's Super Bowl, right? So I would say we won the big game today, hands down. A month and a half ago, we lost our venue and really didn't know what we were going to do. This is what we got. This is absolutely fabulous, stunning. And Kim and I really, really want to thank Kathleen and Henry for opening up their beautiful home so we could have this celebration. We couldn't ask for more. This is totally, absolutely unbelievable. We'd also like to thank everybody for being here today. You guys are all here because Chan and Josh love you. I was going to talk about how far everybody traveled, but Daisy covered that in the ceremony. But truly, it's I know people are busy. It's really hard to put something like this together and get everybody you want to be here. So they appreciate it. We appreciate the fact that you're all here. I don't know what's going on in 2025 because I think Josh and Chan have like 5 or 6 weddings. And so if you had another wedding today and you had to make a choice, you chose wisely because we're going to have a lot of fun here. This is going to be really fun. I'd also like to thank my beautiful wife, Kim. Not only did this lady have the craziest, busiest job I've ever seen, and she works so hard because I watch her every day. She was able to help Chandler put all this together. And to do something like that on such short notice, it's like, she's absolutely amazing. She even had time to go out and buy me these really cool socks that say Father of the Bride. Thank you so much. I mean, we couldn't have done this without her. There's just no way. And I don't know how she does it. I also want to thank Jill and Peter for last night. That was fabulous. Unbelievable. Everybody I've talked to here absolutely loved it. I think that's such a great idea to bring people together more than just at the wedding. Hopefully people got to know each other last night. They get to know each other a little bit more today, and they can build some relationships and some friendships, and people can leave this weekend with new friends. I think that's what it's all about. So thank you so much. That was wonderful. For me, I think every dad thinks about walking their daughter down the aisle. I've dreamed about that since Chandler was born. Honest to God. It's been a dream of mine. I've thought about it. Every time I see a TV show, a movie, and somebody's getting married, I always think about, what's it going to be like to walk my daughter down the aisle? How am I going to feel? Am I going to be able to do it? Am I going to get all the way down? Today, my dream came true. Thank you, Chan and Josh, because it was better than anything I've ever imagined in my whole life. Before we decided to do this little tandem thing, I was thinking, like, what am I going to talk about, with Chandler that everybody probably hasn't already heard? I could talk about how nice and how sweet and caring Chandler is and how thoughtful she is, how much she loves her family, what a wonderful wife she's going to be, and what an amazing mom she already is. A lot of you guys have already heard all that. Kim's going to comment on a lot of that. So I thought I would talk a little bit about the special bond in the relationship that Chandler and I have, and why I feel like I am so lucky to have this beautiful young woman for a daughter. And it all started, I was lucky because I have a career where I was able to work swing shifts. I was able to work graveyards. So I was home with the kids. And Chandler and I, immediately, as soon as she was born, holding her in my hand, there was a connection and there was a bond. And she was definitely a daddy's girl. And she knew it. She would flash this big smile for you guys that saw the pictures last night and know Chandler, that big cheese smile with half her teeth missing. And she did that to Dad. She knew she was going to get whatever she wanted. And she did. But the great thing about being able to be with Chandler during the day was I was the dad that took her to TK. I was the dad that took her to kindergarten and got to work in the class. I was that one dad that got to go on all the field trips because I could. And I was the one dad that got to, work around the school. And I don't know about all you guys, but when I was in school, I don't know if I would have wanted my parents at everything, right? Chandler did. Chandler always asked me, Dad, can you do this? Dad, can you do that? Absolutely, I can. And I was so lucky to be able to spend that time with her based on my career and what I was doing. I also was so lucky because Chandler played sports growing up. She played softball. People don't know that for a couple years. I think she could have been a really good softball player, but she didn't want to do it. She played basketball and she also played soccer. I coached a couple years of soccer and I coached about 7 or 8 years of basketball. And the greatest thing about coaching your daughter is the drive every day to practice and sitting in the car and talking about how was your day? What happened with your day? And then driving home and talking about the game and after and spending all that time. I love sports. You guys all know me, I love sports. The only reason I coached was to spend time with my daughter. And I was so fortunate to spend many years with her because I had the ability to do that. She will tell you that I was probably harder on her than some of the other girls. And I probably was, but I wanted what was best for her. But I tried to instill in her this you're playing sports and you got to be aggressive and you got to be mean. And when somebody's on the ground, you got to stomp on them and keep them down. And, and I tried for many years to do that. But that's not Chandler. Chandler's too nice, and Chandler, too caring. And, Chandler's the type of person, if somebody fell, she would be the first person to reach down and help them off the ground. And that's just who she is. And thank God I didn't change who she was because that's why we love her so much. So another thing I want to say real quick is Chandler was a homebody. She loved to stay at home unless she was at Mira's house, sneaking out of the pool house, which I found out last night. But at home, she liked to stay at home. And she had her friends over all the time. They'd go out into the backyard. They'd sit in the front of the bonfire. And she would come in numerous times and tell me, Dad, my friends want to know if you want to come out and hang out with us. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. So I'd go out there and we'd hang out. And it was so much fun to listen to these kids talk. And this is junior high school. And she could easily have said, my dad doesn't want to go out there. But she always came in and asked me. And I remember her telling me this, and she told me this numerous times. She said, a lot of my girlfriends say to me, it is so cool how you are so close to your dad. So cool that you guys hang out together. And honestly, during that time of her life and my life, I thought that was normal. I just thought that's what dads and daughters did. And now that I look back, I realize that wasn't normal. That was special that she wanted me to be a part of her life like that. And I'm so fortunate and I'm so lucky to have her as a daughter. Chandler, very determined as a young child, during her teenage years, and as an adult, she is very determined to get what she wants and she will work extremely hard to get it. And when it came to schooling, Chandler was an amazing student. She studied hard and she got really, really good grades. Now, honestly, I don't know where that came from because she did not inherit that from her dad. And she definitely didn't inherit from her brother, but she got really good grades. And I remember her junior year, she came up to Kim and I and she said, I want to go out of state to college, Dad. I want some new experiences. I've been born and raised here. And we were like, that's great. We put some schools together. We had 5 or 6 schools. And the first school we went to visit was the University of Kansas. And I remember we took a field trip. We walked around the campus. We went back to the hotel. We were sitting there. And she looked at me and she's like, Dad, I want to go to school here. And I was like, yes. And let me tell you, those were like the 4 best years of our life. I went back to school as much as I could. I went back every year for a basketball game. I went back for father-daughter weekend. I went all the time. Kim would say, "You act like you're back in college." And I was like, "Nah, I have a little Thornton melon in me, but I'm not moving back, right? But I will go visit." But the cool thing about that is my daughter wanted me to. She's in college, and she still like wants her dad to come out and hang out with her and her friends, which was so amazing. And during that time, she got to go to Florence and study abroad. Kim and I went over there for 2 weeks, had a great time. We're getting ready to leave, and we're kind of a mess. Like, we're leaving our daughter in a foreign country by herself. So we asked her, we said, "Can you please send us a text every night just so we know you're okay?" And she was like, "Yeah, no problem." So for 6 months, we got a text every night. Every night she was there, we got a text that's either said, "Good night, I love you." That was 8 years ago. 8 years today, I get a text every night from my daughter saying, "I love you." I got one last night, the night before her wedding, every night. How lucky am I? How lucky are we?
Just so you all know, she sends that same text to me and usually her brother and sister. Yeah, she's very sweet. She's Chandler has a strong sense of family. She's very loving. She's very close to her family. We're all very close to her and to my other kids too. I'm not, I know this is about Chandler, but you're all great. We love you all. Chandler really, she deserves the best. And as a parent, you always want your child to have somebody in their life that's going to take care of them, that's going to love them and care for them, that's going to support them, that's going to care about their dreams, never hurt them. And it's hard to imagine that somebody could fill those shoes. And I thought that it'll never happen. No one's ever going to be good enough for my kids. No one's going to be ever good enough for Chandler. And then along came Josh. Josh is probably one of the nicest humans I've ever met. He's kind. I know, Josh, you're probably thinking, seriously, you're saying this? Because I know I tease you, but I really do. You're amazing. He's so joyful, and he really tries hard to enjoy every moment, to make every experience special, not only for himself, but for everybody around him. He loves my daughter so much. He loves all of us so much. He just has completely exceeded my expectations of what a partner for my daughter could be. And then Lucia came into the picture, and he's killing it as a dad. I mean, he loves Chandler. He loves his daughter. He loves his family so much. I can't tell you, Peter, Jill, Emily, and Tyler, how much he talks about you and wants to include you in everything. I mean, he's just such a good person, and that's thanks to you. You did that. I mean, you guys have raised amazing kids. I guess what I just want to say is that, Josh, you deserve my daughter. And my daughter deserves you because you both deserve the best. And you've built the sweetest, most beautiful little family, and I know it will continue to grow. And we're so happy and honored to have you in our life. We've enjoyed you every minute since you've been here. Except when you can't play Scrabble as well as I can. But other than that, but no, seriously, it's been such an incredible journey, and I can't wait for what's to come. So thank you so much for being in our lives. I got to say one more thing, just really quick. I do want to thank everybody for being here. Just like Mike said, I'm so grateful for all of you to spend this evening and celebrate Chandler and Josh. I do want to acknowledge Kathalia one more time, because I don't know if you all know this, but she moved here 6 weeks ago. She had offered her backyard in her other house. It had a spectacular backyard, and the kids were like, "No, we want to do a rooftop." And then when that wasn't going well, I said to her, "Is that offer still open?" And she's like, "Oh my God, I have 2 houses because I bought a new one and I haven't sold the old one. They can look at both." And they chose the new one. And I was like, "Oh God, that's so hard." And she's like, "No, I love a deadline." And so what I really want to say is that she said all along the way, like, she always wanted a backyard wedding, and I really want to make that dream come true for her. And it's meant a lot to her. She gets emotional every time we talk about it because she just has the biggest heart. So thank you.
Thank you. So real quick, I just want to tell you guys how we all met Josh. So when it came to dating, I was not in the loop. So when the girls would only go to their mom. So I knew she was dating somebody and I knew she liked him. And Kim came to me and she said, Chandler wants us to meet her new boyfriend. We're going to go to Alara, which is down in Midtown. And I was like, great. So we go down there and they're already there. They're sitting in the patio. Josh looks nice. You can tell he just came from work. And we do introductions and we sit down and Josh starts talking. And we just sat there and listened. And then here comes the waitress. I'm like, thank God. You guys want something to drink? Right? So we order drinks and it's great. And Josh keeps talking. And I don't remember this part, but Kim said it got closer to me. But when I say he was talking, it wasn't about himself. He was asking us about us too. And I know how nervous you can be meeting your girlfriend's parents. And it was actually nice to see somebody not just sit there and have us ask all the questions. He did all the talking through the whole meal. And I remember Kim and we got back in the car and I looked at her and I said, did you even get a word in during that meal? She's like, no. She goes, but I really like him. And I said, I really like him too. And you could just tell when Josh was talking and I looked at Chandler, you knew something definitely special was there. And I mean, what's not to like? Josh loves sports, right? I love sports, Josh, he's into fitness, I try. Josh loves to have a good time. I've been known to have a good time every now and then. And Josh loves golf. I like golf. Josh is obsessed with golf. And now I'm in a dilemma because now I'm like, okay, now he's married to my daughter. Do I have to let him beat me? No. But we'll see. Maybe I will. But I hit the jackpot with Josh was how he treats Chandler. And I used to tell him when we used to go over there a lot, I said, dude, you are making me look bad, man. Because he was always so sweet and caring and nice and gentle. And he treated her with respect. And he treated her as an equal partner, even though we know who the real boss is. But Josh was so nice. And most of all, he loves her unconditionally. I mean, when I say love, I mean truly, truly, deeply loves her. And he shows it every single day. We see it every day. I'm truly proud to call you my son-in-law, Josh.
My mom. Raise your hand, Mom, so everybody can see you. I don't know if you all saw Lucia's sweet little dress she was wearing today, but my mother made that out of my wedding dress. Yeah. So you'll see pictures. Take a look at it. She made many versions of dresses before that dress to make sure they all fit. And, a baby grows, so they'd be too big and then they'd be too small and then she'd have to make it again. And anyway, it was a whole journey that lasted several months. But I just want to say thank you, Mom, because that was such a special touch for this wedding.
Josh on the green with a club in his hand, chasing his dreams in a faraway land. With every swing, his worries all fade. Golf is the game where his heart's been laid. Chandler's delight is a fabulous find. She shops with a spark and a stylish mind. From shoes to handbags, she knows every spot. Her shopping adventures, they can't be topped. Then there's baby Lou with a laugh so bright, eyes of wonder, a joy and a light. But nothing compares, no toy or treat, to the time with her family, so cozy and sweet. 3 hearts together, each with their thing. Golf, bags, and snuggles that make their hearts sing. A family of love, of laughter and cheer, with memories growing year after year. So raise your glasses, both full and high, to love that lifts and makes hearts fly, to golf, to glam, to family cheer, to Josh and Chan, Lucia dear.
My sister has the biggest heart out of anyone I've ever met. She cares so deeply for everyone in her life, and the most beautiful gift she can receive and has received is finding someone who matches the love that she gives. Not only are they lovers, but they are truly best friends, partners in crime, and each other's number one supporter. I've told Chandler from day one how much I admire her and Josh's love, and today I'm going to tell all of you. My sister and Josh have one of the most beautiful loves I've ever witnessed. They have a bond that is so special, and when they're together, the entire room lights up. Now, I know not everybody believes in soulmates, but I just don't see how you two couldn't be. The two of you being together just makes sense. We are all so grateful you two found each other because I just don't see a world in which you couldn't have. And to make their love even better, they brought into the world the most beautiful baby girl. Although I think deep down we all knew Lucia was coming into our lives, we just didn't know when. But if you know Lucia, then you know that she knows what she wants, and she was ready to be here. And thank God she is, because the past year with her has been the biggest blessing. Chandler and Josh, you two are the most incredible parents. It makes my heart and all of our hearts so happy to see your family grow and your love grow each day with her. And having her here today to witness your marriage has made today even more special than we could have ever imagined. So cheers to Chandler and Josh. I love you both so much. I'm so happy for you too. I hope today has been everything you've dreamed of and more.
Chan, you look absolutely stunning tonight. I can't even imagine anything better. Josh, you're the luckiest guy in the world. You hit the jackpot. From the moment I met you, I thought, yep, she's got him figured out. You've got this amazing way of letting Josh be Josh, even if that means heading the golf course on the weekends. But you keep him grounded and accountable at home. That, my friends, is what we call balance. What I love most about Chandler is how deeply she loves and prioritizes her family, which we've heard over and over again tonight, and last night. It's clear in everything that you do, Chan. You bring warmth, strength, and so much heart into every room, and now into our family. And then there's Lucia. Watching Josh become a dad this past year, first of all, has exceeded all of my expectations, but it's been the most beautiful thing. He's still the same guy, competitive as ever. I wonder if he'll ever let Lucia beat him in anything, I'm not sure. But now he's also soft, present, and so deeply in love with both of his girls. Chandler, thank you for loving my brother so well. And Josh, I'm so proud of you. You've become a man I deeply respect. I can't wait for the memories our families will continue to build together. Here's to the life you're building, the laughter you'll share, and the marathon you might one day beat me at. To Josh, Chandler, and Lucia, the most beautiful team, cheers.
I met her in the cafe in Midtown, sat where the sky was blue and the coffee was black on black. C-L-A-C-K, black. She looked in my eyes, almost couldn't stand. I said, hi, I'm Josh. She said, hi, I'm Chandler. I said, Chandler. C-H-A-N, Chandler. La la la, Chandler. Well, I'm not the world's most forward guy, but when she's kissed on the lips, she made us park right by. Oh, my Lord, Chandler. La la la, Chandler. Well, I'm not dumb, but I can't understand how a girl this pretty wants to hold my hand. Oh, my Chandler. La la la, Chandler. La la la, Chandler. I can't understand. Never set in the sky. And 1 year later, I got down on one knee. I said, hey, pretty girl, won't you marry me? In her eyes, I felt so hard for my Chandler. La la la, Chandler. La la la, Chandler. And I looked at her and she people get married, it's just that way. But I got to marry Chandler on this very merry day. La la la, Chandler. Well, I left the land for a whole new world, and I came to Sac searching for a girl like Chandler. La la la, Chandler. Well, I left the land for a whole new world.
as if we're trash. Got a pocket full of cash we can blow